Heyo, my tabletop sports friends. This is Bob Hansen coming to you from the Sports Build Plots with a special video today. This is video number 3 in my series where I am designing Hockey Blast cards for my upcoming Hockey Blast season. I decided to bring you all into this process. So if you haven't seen the other videos, I highly recommend you come and take a look at those videos first. Right now, we're at the step where I've already created the template for the card, and I'm going to start coloring them in for the various teams, create the different types of cards that are going to be used within this set, and then I'm going to be doing another video after that where I'm going to actually flesh out a couple teams so you can see that process as well. So, to start off with today, we have our template here, and this is the one we worked on in the last video, and we're going to add some color to this. So, when we do color for these cards, I like to look at the logo. I bring up the logo into a video editing program. Personally, I use Paint.net, which is a free image editing program written in .NET code. It's essentially, you can do a lot with it, but it's not like a Photoshop or anything where it's super advanced. So it's pretty easy to use. The functionality is pretty easy. But the nice thing is that it comes with a color picker. I can go in there, get the RGB values for all of the different colors that might be in a logo. And then I'll come up with a color scheme for my cards. So, for example, for Niagara Falls, and let me show you the logo for Niagara Falls. Here's our logos here that we're going to do today. We're going to do Niagara Falls barrel jumpers. We're going to do the Green Bay Gremlins, and we're going to do the Hamilton Tigers. So you're like looking at this, you're like, wow, those are really some cool logos there. You know what? I'm not an artist. All right, so a lot of this stuff I went on the internet, Google, found something and stole it. Okay, just outright stole it. So like for example, this Hamilton Tigers, this is a high school logo. It was actually for a Canadian high school too, and I think it was actually for a hockey team, in fact. So it's really kind of cool. If you make this bigger, you can actually see there's a Canadian flag in there already, and it's for a Canadian team in my league, which is for Hamilton, which is in Ontario. And the Hamilton I added in there, I just took whatever the school name was out of there and put in Hamilton with an image editor and using Paint.net. So some of these I made some changes using Paint.net. Some other ones I used a tool called, what is it? I was just talking about it in the other video. Using the alternative Illustrator. I can't remember the name of it now, but Inkscape, sorry, Inkscape. So I used Inkscape here to do this Green Bay and Gremlins thing around here, and then I just dropped the Gremlins in the middle of it using a program. Same thing with Niagara here. I used some word art with this one, stretched out the word Niagara and dumped it onto an image. That was it. That's all I did. Basically, all I ever do is add some text in there for the actual city or whatever, and I have a logo. And to be honest, a lot of times, a lot of my really best logos come from high schools. So the high schools will have their own independent logos that they use for their programs. They usually have a student come up with them, and they put them out online. The other ones I found is sometimes people will submit possible artwork for potential logos for teams, like if a new team is forming up. And they come up with these logos, like my Duluth Yetis logo is that. Basically, it was somebody came up with that for a project, and I modified some of it. As far as it being legal, I'm not going to resell any of this, so I'm not really worried about it. I'm going to use them for my personal use. They're in my video. I'm not monetizing this video, so you're not going to be getting any ads or anything from it. I'm not monetizing any of this, so I think it's fine. But if you seem to have problems with it, let me know in the comments. But anyways, so I basically opened up that Niagara image into an image editor. I came up with a couple of colors, and then what I did was like, okay, well, I've come up with the colors, and I need to come up with a color scheme. So I choose the colors. So for this example, I'm going to take the lighter color off that Niagara image. I'm going to use this for the background of this, and I'm going to show you 2 different ways that this can be done. One using a lighter color and one using a darker color, and they're both going to be equally valid. So the fill color, We're going to go to more colors. We're going to custom. And we're just going to set the full color of this. So for this, we're going to set it to a 183, 221, and 232. And there we go. We're going to set the line to the same value. And we're going to do that down here as well. You're like, oh, that's so cool. Check that out. Good color. Yay. All right. The font for these two, we're going to use the alternate color. And I actually set these colors up in advance. So basically what it is, I chose one color, and then which was actually the darker of the two colors. I chose that color first, and then I just lightened it, and that was my secondary color for this. So that's how I chose it in this instance. So the darker color is 0, 98, and 168. There you go. All right, for these then I'm going to do the actual font is going to be the lighter color, whereas the fill is going to be a darker color. And I'm just going to get rid of the line. I don't need the line on that one. So now you can see how that stands out a little bit more. Okay. And then I like to color in all the stuff here, but I like to have some of it set as a color or set without color. So like these labels here for assist rating, shot rating, face off, fight, injury, penalty. For those, I like to actually set those to a neutral color. And black seems to be a little bit too standoutish. I've noticed that in some of my other cards that I've done in the past. It just kind of detracts from the rest of the cards. I'm going to go with a darker gray. Okay. It's not black, but it's not like invisible. All right, so in the rest of this, we're going to set the font colors to that dark blue. Okay, we're going to set these shape colors to dark blue and a dark line of dark blue. And this one I have to do two separate because I grouped this. So I have to actually dig in, get the star first. I'm going to fill the star itself with the lighter color. Click on it again. I get the circle behind it now, and I'm going to actually make that the darker blue. And you can see I have the star filled in nicely. Okay, and then after that, I'm going to these two lines here. I'm just going to color these. And as you can see, I'm having a lot of difficulty selecting those, but I'm going to select those as blue. And there you go. That's a colored card for Niagara Falls. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do, now that we have everything set, I'm just going to group it. I'm going to group the whole thing. So now I can take this, I can move it around, all as one piece. Pretty neat. Okay, all right, so now that we have this one here set, I'll drop this off on the top here. Remember, I promised we're going to do other positions, so now let's copy and paste this. Let's do our wings. So now the wings, we're going to have to do probably a little bit of modification to the card, specifically here, because if I put a W in here, you're like, oh man, that's off. Ick. Okay, well, we're going to fix that. The way we're going to fix that is we're going to use this little text block shift control here that's going to allow me to shift the text block around. And actually that just dialed right in. That was pretty good. I'm surprised it dialed in that nicely. There we go. Yeah. Wow. I can't do much better than that. I was expecting to have to go down to the maximum zoom and do that and get it right, but that just dropped right in. That was really nice. Okay, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that little guy in the background there. I'm going to use a different background image for my wings. So for them, we're going to use this guy here. And again, he's actually pretty much the right size here. It looks like we can just send this to the back. Bam. Ooh, that looks good. All right, and then we're gonna do that's it. That's all we need to do for that one. Actually, you know what? Before we do the bam, I need to ungroup that. Now we'll regroup it. All right. We're gonna copy and paste that again. Actually, I'm gonna copy the one with the C. This will make it a little bit easier. Alright. Because that D is pretty good, actually. That one actually set in really nicely. I don't know if I want to shift that in here. You know what? I'm just going to undo all that. We're gonna leave it where it is. I think it's in actually a good spot. Alright, so we got that. That's for our defense guys. And our defense guys, I'm going to grab the image for the defense guys first here. Let me grab that real quick. Let me just drop this off because I got another thing to grab too. I'm just going to drop him off. And we're going to go back into the other sheet here. I'm going to grab one other thing. I'm going to copy and paste. That's the scissors. So these guys typically are going to have scissor values, especially in the shot rating. So I'm going to copy and paste one of the scissor ratings into the shot rating. So now, when we do this, we'll have some scissor ratings to go, scissors in there to help out with that. We can copy and paste scissors as we go through here. They'll be in the right color, which is even better. So yeah. And so this is the things that you start noticing as you go through. You're like, it just doesn't look right. I need to bring those in a bit. All right. I went in not jumping off the side. Okay, and then we got to drop this guy out. So actually, hang on a second. We're going to ungroup this bad boy. And we're going to get back behind there, get this guy out of here. We're going to bring this guy in. This guy is humongous. And then we're going to drop him in the back. We're going to regroup everything again. Alright, we're going to do another copy and paste. We need to make a goalie card. So this is actually another exercise in making cards because guess what? We have different ratings for goalies. Goalies are going to have some extra different ratings here. So we have to account for those. And I'm looking for a base goalie card here so I can work off of that. Hang on a second. Tell me none of my goalies are here. Where the heck are my goalies? Here we go. Alright. And you notice I'm using this stupid Anders Jorgensen name. You're going to get sick of seeing that by the end of these videos. Okay. So first of all, goalies don't have shot ratings. You get rid of those. They don't have assist ratings, so you get rid of those. And because we got rid of those, we can move this down a bit. Oops. It's like we don't want to cooperate here. Grabbing this line here. So I'm going to grab the line first. Then we'll grab everything else. Just move this down a bit. Whoa. Yeah, I think we need to zoom in a bit so we can get a bit finer control on the amount that this is going up and down here. There we go. And then up here, we're going to move the name up a bit. And again, we're going to grab that line first because the lines are really hard to grab in here. Okay, and we're going to move this up a bit, and you're like, why do I need to have speed on here still? You're going to find out really shortly. Alright, we're going to line this. Okay, we should have done this first. Dope! Alright. We want to position those so we distribute them first. Actually, we can probably still distribute these. We should be fine. Memo. Excellent. I'm going to reshift these over here. I'm going to copy and paste a star over here. So there is a goalie card, I believe, in this set that has 5 stars for one of its abilities. So we're going to make sure we account for 5 stars. Okay. Now these can come over a bit. Yep. Okay, cool. I'm going to make sure these are aligned properly. There we go. We're going to label these so they're the play safe. There is a shot save, and there is a spectacular save. Crowd goes wild. It's on its feet. It's cheering. And then I want to make these just a little bit bigger. Maybe that's too big. That'll work. And like I said, nobody's going to have, almost nobody's going to have 5 stars. I think there's one goalie that has a 5-star rating here. So, yeah, that's it. And this, instead of face-off, is going to be start. Otherwise, this is the same. This is normally a 5. And usually for them, their penalty is 0. Otherwise, that's pretty much the same. There we go. So now we have a full, complete set. Actually, hang on. Let's regroup everything. There we go. Cool. So now we have a full, complete set of template cards for Niagara Falls. So we started out with Niagara Falls. So like, okay, this is cool. Let's do this for another team. Excellent. That sounds like a fun idea. Let's do that. All right. So for the next one, I'm just going to copy and paste these guys. That's all we got to do. Yeah, I'm not exactly convinced 100% that those came down the right way. They didn't. Okay, cool. So now we're ready to go. All right, for these, we're going to change the names, of course. So we're going to change this to another team name. So we're going to change those to Green Bay. So here's the funny thing about Green Bay. This was totally unintentional. I created them as the Kremlins and gave them a logo and everything. When you think of Green Bay, what colors do you think of? I'm from Wisconsin, so we always think of green and gold. This is what it turned out to be. It's green and gold. So, guess what? Our cards are going to be green and gold. And when I pick these colors, they actually look like the Green Bay Packer colors. They are so close to the actual colors that they use. It's really hilarious. So in this example, we're going to actually do the darker color. It's going to be the for the header, and the text in the header is going to be the lighter color, but we're going to still use that darker color for the actual text in this. So we're going to say more colors here. We're going to then say for this one, the fill is going to be the green, which is 84, 113, 49. And when you see this, you're gonna be like, wow, you're right. Totally. Can totally see that. All right, we'll do one card first, and we'll go through and do the rest of them all at one time. Now the gold, the RGB for the gold is 248, 190, 25. Hit OK. Bammo! Look at that. Oh my gosh. Can you say totally Green Bay Packer colors there? And especially when we get these in here. Wow, if that doesn't look like an advertisement for the Green Bay Packers, I don't know what. Okay, so we're going to go in here real quick. We're going to just set all of the text to this dark green. We're going to set our lines over here because they're really hard to select. Yeah. Really? We're going to select everything, but we're going to zoom in. This will make it easier to pick these lines up. Or maybe not. There we go. Okay, everybody's probably laughing their butts off at me right now. Okay. There we go. That's one of the cards right there. So that would be the card for the center. Alright, so for the rest of these, you know, I'm going to go here. I'm just going to do the lines first, and I'm going to zoom back out again. Alright, there we go. Got all the lines. Now I can zoom back out again. Because I'm going to try to knock out the rest of these all in one fell swoop. So we're going to go bam, 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 bam. All right. Okay, and these are going to be colored yellow. Everything else. Lots of clicking noises. You're hearing mouse clicks all over the place. To go through in here and try to set all these. And oh, I did make one mistake on here. We'll have to go back and fix that here in a second. Alright, these are all going to set to green. Let's go fix this mistake. So up here, this, and this should not be that color. We're going to set this to our gray. Same thing with these. And actually this card is done for Green Bay. Now we just have to do these two cards to do the shapes. So in the shapes, we're going to do the inside of the stars first. Click on it again, and we'll get the back half of that. I'm going to do these individually. Dunskies. Alright, so we have the Green Bay Packers. Or the Green Bay Gremlins. Alright, one last team will do, and then we're going to end this video. So you kind of get an idea how we're templating each of the teams. So we do this multiple times, and then eventually we're going to have something that we can use for the whole thing. So copy and paste for this. And let's zoom in a little bit to do this one. Get it right. Okay, so this one is going to be the Hamilton Tigers. These guys are stupid simple because they have basically one special color we have to do. The other color is black. So we're going to do an orange and a black for them. Alright. Oops. So here's the point I'm going to be trying to prove with this now is that the options that you use for your colors, you can switch these up any way you want. So like for example, in the above example we used the darker color and we used that darker color in the text. The top example we used a lighter color for the header and footer, and we used a darker color in the text and also in the text for the headers and footers and stuff like that. In this example, again, we're going to use a lighter color, this being the orange, which is a 247, 72, and 6. Bammo. You're like, that's not orange. Well, it is orange. Believe me, it's orange. It'll look a lot more orange when we do this. So this, like I said, this one we only had to set one color. That was it. Which is kind of cool. This one we want orange text, black fill. There you go. That is pretty much it for that. And we just have to set these crazy things, which are just annoying. They are the literal bane of my existence. Okay. Oh, really? Okay, this is just upsetting me. Really? I would like, dear Microsoft, I would like some precision over selecting your lines. Alright, so we're going to do the shapes first. So the inside of those shapes is going to be, so this team we could basically call the Hamilton Harley Riders too, because it's the Harley Davidson colors. Again, I live in the Milwaukee area, so Harley Davidson is kind of a lifestyle around here. being that they make the headquarters for Harley Davidson is here in Milwaukee. They just got done with a huge anniversary that they had out here, which they do periodically. Millions of riders from all over the world come out and ride around our city and do parades and stuff. It's cool. It's a lot of fun. I'm not a Harley rider myself, but okay, and we're going to get these all set. We'll do the black text with those. So, like I said, here I'm not afraid to use black text. It's a legitimate color in my color scheme, so it works. So even though I'm having colorful cards, the black still works. It's an actual color for the team. And it still looks really sharp along with the orange. I mean, this is probably one of the sharpest teams that I have. Alrighty, so there we go. That is it. So when I come back to the next video, I'm going to have these all fleshed out for you. And I'm actually going to, the design may look a little bit different the next time because I've actually done this already. I'm actually redoing it for these videos to show you guys this process. I did it initially just so that I had this process down so that I could make a quicker video for it. This is already a 30, but it's going to be about a 35-minute video when it's said and done. But I've already created all these teams. So in the next video, you'll be seeing the other cards that I originally made, and I'll show you those. And I'll show you how we create some teams. They won't be these teams because these teams have already been done. I already did these teams already on my own time. So you'll be seeing the creation of some other teams, possibly maybe Saginaw and maybe Toledo or South Bend. One of those teams. You'll see like one or two of the teams depending on how long it's going to take to get through the video itself. But this is how I do basically creating all the team templates. Once I have all those, then I'm ready to go and start making the teams. One other template card I do, and actually let's do this real quick. So let me copy one of these. And you won't see this in my template collection. This is something that needs to be as part of my template collection. But I create also a card specifically. You're like, oh no, you're getting rid of all of that? Yeah, I'm getting rid of all this. It's crazy, I know. And actually, this is one thing I wish I would have done now with the other one, because I did this once. I'm actually going to make that into the narrow, condensed. Bring that out a bit. And actually, what year is this? It's not 19 something, it's 20 something. Yes. Oops. Wrong. There we go. I'm going to zoom in on this one. Zoom in all the way. Okay. There we go. 2018 barrel jumpers. So we're going to get rid of this guy in the middle. Don't want him either. And I'm going to grab the barrel jumpers logo, which I already conveniently have up here. I'm going to shrink it. I'll copy and paste it over here. And actually, I'm going to drop it down just a bit. And I need one more text control on here, which I don't have on here yet. These guys, I believe, are a D+ team. So one of the things I did with this, if you've been following any of my posts that I've done about my hockey stuff that I've created, one of the things I did create is a way to do a quick play system, a quick score generator essentially, that works exactly like the one that Play.com or the Play Games did for Soccer Blast. So I did a Hockey Blast version. It's in the free stuff on the Play.com website. And it uses these letter grades. And so I've assigned letter grades to each of the teams, created a little header page for each team, kind of like they have in the World Cup set for the hockey or for the Soccer Blast. So basically the same concept here. I'm going to do no fill, no line here, and we are set. I'll make sure that I ungroup this, and then we're just going to regroup everything at once. There we go. So there you go. That would be kind of a template for one of those. I'm actually going to make that a little bit bigger. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, so there you go. Actually, bring that just a bit there. Actually, look, that logo looks a little bit better scrunched. Excellent. There you go. So that's it. So, we'd have one of those on there. So 25, when we do the teams, we're going to have 25 players per team. They're going to get all divided up by positions. Basically, I run 5 centers for every team. I run 9 wing players, and then or forwards, and then 7 defensive players, 2 goalies, and then another backup player that's either going to be a defense player or a wing. So one of the two, and so that comes up with my 24 players, and then I include a card for the one we just created, essentially, which is a card that goes on top of the stack to denote the team, the year of the team, and also their letter grade. That's it. So that's it for this video. The next video, like I said, we'll be creating some teams, and that will be it. And we'll be done with this tutorial series. So thank you for watching this. Again, if you like this, please drop a like on the video. If you are not a subscriber, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell to get notifications of future videos. Thank you for watching.